Have you guys ever had a friendship? Well, you thought that you were friends, but
the other person is thinking the opposite thing, or they have like a different motive than what you have.
So basically, all right. So we went on a friend trip to Vegas. Hey y'all, I'm Alexis.
I'm Kaya.
And this is House of 20-somethings. How did we get here? Well, House of 20-something. So basically, we're just trying to give a voice to women in their 20s that go through everyday life, aren't really trying to portray that their life is better than the next. Really regular people, but also trying to elevate. Me and Kaya have known each other since college.
Freshman year of college. So me and Alexis were friends freshman year.
And we fell out.
But then we became friends again after
we graduated. And we graduated in the pandemic, so 2020, and then...
We had a time.
I
know a lot of people might be sitting here like, y'all was going out during the pandemic? Yes, we were having a ball.
We were having a great time.
And we learned a lot of things. We seen a lot of things. Dealt with a lot of things. So it's one of those podcasts where we want to express it so we can... There's people out there that can connect with
for sure. Sometimes people think that other people haven't been through some of the things or they're too scared to speak up about it. And so we're here just to kind of give a voice to those things. But yeah, today we're here to talk about platonic friendships. Have you guys ever had a friendship? Well, you thought that you were friends, but
the other person is thinking the opposite thing, or they have like a different motive than what you have. So
basically, all right. So we went on a friend trip to Vegas. It was a great time. A lot of alcohol was being drunk. Everybody was faded. So pretty much. So I go with somebody to end the night, and somebody that was supposed to be like my brother, which we are still very close to this day, but had to set him straight. But somebody that was supposed to be like my brother had he was highly upset that I left with somebody else, and I was just very confused on, we've been friends for like 5 years. You knew that it was never that.
He basically had a crush on you.
Yeah. But the reaction was just a lot.
I believe
it was a lot. And maybe the alcohol had something to do with it. But yeah, so then it just turned into this big old thing. And I ended up not talking to him for a while after that because it wasn't given at all. So yeah. Have you ever had any situations like that?
I mean, I feel like a lot of times my situation is the opposite. So like a lot of people that I'm close with that are men. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people, but like I would say like 50-50. Like we both know this is just going to be a friendship. We became cool. Like that's my brother.
Right.
It's my best friend. Like nothing more than that. But I also had situations where it turned from like a sexual relationship
to a
friendship. And so like a lot of times like I'm close to those people that I did have that sexual relationship with, and I would never have sex with them ever again. But we just realized we're better off as friends with the way that things are going. So like I have probably a few friends that I've had sex with once, and we became like really, really good friends like after that, and I could talk to them about any and everything. But I also have those friends like was just strictly friendships. But I have been in situations where I thought somebody was just my friend and their motive was different.
Right.
Especially in college, like,
oh yeah,
we have friends that we both have mutual friends.
Right.
So some of them, they try to pursue a different type of relationship knowing that we're just friends.
Nip that shit in the butt.
And it's just like, you have to set that boundary with them and let them know, like, hey, this is not that. Like, this is not going to happen at all.
But the thing is, men don't take rejection well. So It can go either way.
Because they're so used to getting rejected, like, they might be like, okay, cool. But some of them, they might act out, don't want to be friends with you ever again because of the fact that you rejected them, but you knew this was going to happen. Like, in your head, the back of your head, I feel like they knew. They just wanted to, put their foot in. Like, let me see if I can do this.
You need to try to take that toe out the pond. It's not.
It's not happening.
No. But, so, why do you think platonic friendships are important?
It's important because, I mean, it's the same thing as any other relationship. You need to have a connection with people. Humans, they connect. Like, so even with like friendships with women, like other women, we need to have that connection to maneuver through life. You need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to hang out with. You can't just talk and hang out with yourself 24/7.
Right.
You have to connect with other people. And like the male figure, like that's somebody, like men and women are two different things. Right. Y'all need each other to balance. So platonic friendships are important, like, because it's not a sexual relationship. It's not a romantic relationship. We're just friends and we're learning through each other. And we all, like, dang, once you kind of think about it, like, it's like,
I think it's necessary.
It's necessary, yeah.
I've learned a lot from my guy friends, and
you know how to move with men that you're in relationships with.
Exactly.
From your guy friends, like they
might not be the best example to be following that, though.
Yeah.
But it's good to know. It's good to see, and also just it's healthy. Like, not every man that you meet you have to have like some type of sexual, physical, or romantic relationship with. So, yeah, I think it's super important. How to decipher if the opposite sex genuinely just wants to be friends. My favorite thing that guys say is when you tell them, like, you're not looking for nothing. And they're like, well, I could be your friend. No, you don't want to be my friend.
That's one of the things, like, when somebody wants to be your friend and you know when somebody doesn't want to be your friend. So, like, especially with men, like, you sit here and be like,
you sliding in my DMs, you don't want to be my friend.
Like,
it's just the way that they approach it. Like, I don't know. I just feel like men, typically, if they're approaching a woman, they have an ulterior motive, like, offer it.
But have you ever had
They don't just want to be friends. They're not coming up to you talking about, I want to be your friend.
But have you ever had a situation where there was like a guy that you were attracted to, but at that time you couldn't date him? So he might be like, oh, let's just be friends, and you were friends with him, and then after you start
I speak my mind, so
you just gonna do that shit
I'm going
anyway.
in all or nothing. Like, if I'm attracted to you, I'm gonna let you know. And like, if you don't want anything serious, that's fine. We can be friends and have sex.
That's not friends.
Yeah, I think so. Cause I'm not romantically interested in you, but you're fine, and I would like to get a piece of that.
So you don't feel like that kind of, what if he do something you didn't like? How would you react to that?
I have had a situation like that. And I mean, we're still friends to this day, but like, he knew he had me fucked up. I had to let him know that he had me fucked up. So,
are y'all still like the same friends that y'all were?
Yeah, we're still the same friends. I mean, my romantic situation is a little bit different now, so we're friends from a distance. So, which is because it always will lead to that.
But that's why that's not a friendship then. Like, you should be able to have a friendship without.
We could be friends through the phone.
That's not friends. Y'all are acquaintances. Like, at that point,
it's just temptation.
So you let the temptation take over your friendship?
No.
Yes, you are. You are.
But like, I think I can see him in person. I can talk to him and chop it up. But it's like,
see him in person outside of the house. Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say.
Because if y'all in the house, you're gonna fuck him
with him. Maybe not. But like you said, you've had people that you've had sexual intercourse with and then became
But
friends
I don't want to have sex with them ever again.
Ever again.
Okay.
Well, Wow. So was it bad?
It's not the fact that it was bad. It's just our relationship is on a different level.
Okay.
So like I had to come to a conclusion. I don't know if they ever came to the conclusion, but I came to the conclusion like we're better off as friends.
Right.
So like a lot of times like you do have those sexual or romantic relationships with somebody, and you have to realize
Because
it's
men
not.
approach you with that, offer it, and aren't trying to be your friend.
But like you have to realize that sometimes like those romantic and sexual relationship is not gonna work.
Yeah.
So like
Not
we're
meant
better
for it.
off as strictly being friends. Like sometimes I look at people like, damn, like we're better off as friends. Like you'll be a cool homeboy. Like
Yeah.
and so
sure.
you have to put that the boundaries, like it's boundaries that's
Well, that goes into my next question. How do you have a successful friendship with the opposite sex?
boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yeah. You have to let them know. If you don't let anybody know, how will they know? Like you have to think about that. How would they know if you don't tell them?
Right.
So you have to
put your foot down, like at the very, very beginning, though.
Like even if they try to come on to you in like a specific way, like, oh, like let me take you out, like this, that, and the third. No. If we go out, we're going out as just friends.
We can go out
Nothing more than that. As a group.
Yeah.
But you can go out with the opposite sex as just friends.
Yeah,
like
for
it's not.
sure.
This is not a date.
For sure.
We're just friends.
But I think it goes back into the approach, how they approach you. Like, you have to kind of feel that out and distinguish how to go about it at that point. Because if somebody asks you, like, hey, you want to go eat? I'm like, yes, because I always want to go eat. But what is it?
What is
what
this?
are you trying to get at?
I have a situation like that, like currently. It's so like me and the guy, we've been cool for like probably a year or two, something like that. I've known him for a minute. So I've slept over his house, everything, slept in the same bed. We never did anything. And it was just, it comes like, it's weird. So
Why you ain't sleep on the couch?
I don't know. That's why I try to figure out sometimes. But it's like weird because we'll go out, like get food. He'll hit me up like, what are you doing? You want to come over? You want to hang out? You want to go get food? He'll pay.
Think that he's hoping that it'll potentially turn into something, or do you think that he genuinely just wants to have a friendship?
I don't even know, because how you just have a friendship? We sleep in the same bed and my butt is rubbing on you. You know, think about it. Yeah. It is kind of weird because he never made that like move. So I don't know if he's waiting for me to make the move. It's not going to happen.
Maybe.
I don't make moves. I do sometimes.
I'm an initiator. I take charge.
Sometimes I make moves, but with him, it's just like one of those weird things. Like, are we just friends, or are you trying to be more than friends? Like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to get out of this?
Okay.
What are you trying to accomplish?
So you haven't set boundaries?
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't set boundaries, and that's an issue. Like, if you think about it, that's an issue right there.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna leave
confusion. Leaves room for confusion for sure.
Yeah.
And that can lead to a situation like mine. Like the Vegas thing.
But I feel like that wasn't really any room for confusion, because he should know. We've known him for we've known him for so long. So like since freshman year, it's always been like we're strictly just friends. Like, this is my Morehouse brother, this is my brother, etc.
You talking too much now.
But I'm not saying no names.
You talking too much now.
But you have to think about it, like, it's just like one of those things, like, how can you be confused? And I don't think knowing you, I don't think you left any room for confusion.
It was just like, there was just some stuff going on at the time, and I was definitely like calling him, checking up on him like on a daily basis. So
but that's you being a good friend.
Yeah. It just, I can't.
Were you flirting?
I can't. No, absolutely not. What the fuck? Oh, hell no. Anyways, why the fuck would you even ask me something like that?
I mean, I'm just asking because how did that room, like, how did the confusion come, like,
no, because it's just like,
you think he was being delusional?
No, not even delusional. I just feel like I can't understand how the lines would be blurred, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt in saying that I was being a little bit more attentive to him than I had been previously because of something that happened in his life.
So do you think that he's never had a good friend that, like, in the woman aspect? So with you being that good friend, he's sitting here thinking like, oh shit, like.
Well, okay, so this kind of goes into the next question I'm asking. Do you think your male friends would date or be sexual with you if given the chance?
But listen,
Yes.
You think he was being? You think he's not used to having a good woman friend?
So he made an advance on me like the first time we met, and I'm like, bro,
No. But you said no then.
Yeah, so it's like we fast forward 5 years later, and it's like you're having these feelings. Like, I don't know if it's all of a sudden or if it's like, I can't fucking explain for anybody.
But you know, sometimes like he might have that attraction. He might have had that attraction towards you later on, because you were such like, you were helping him out so much. Like,
That's
you were
true.
making him feel comfortable.
I just could never be attracted to somebody that's like sharing their sexual stories with me and stuff like that. Like, we were that close. We are that close. Like, I'm telling you about like what I got going on.
Yeah.
So that it wouldn't turn me on.
Just make you be like, ugh.
Yeah, like, gross.
This is disgusting.
This is disgusting. But do you think that your guy friends would have sex with you or date you if given the opportunity, like the guys that you have friends on?
Yeah. Definitely. I feel like they would.
Definitely.
Because you have to think about it. It's not just like, y'all don't just have that, like, it might not just be the look part of it. It also might be like the not feelings, but the connection part.
Right.
So we're already connected as friends. So you know me, I know you. And if they're also attracted to you, like on the looks behalf of it, they might be like, oh shit, like, I'll fuck her if she let me.
Yeah.
Like, if I text one of my guy friends right now, I'm like, you trying to fuck?
Literally.
They're gonna be like, yeah, let's do that shit.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that we already know each other. So they might sit here and think like, oh, she might not trip out on me because it's not romantic. This is just friendship. We just having sex once, or sex however many times I'm having sex. But because the way guys think with their dicks sometimes, a lot of times, majority of the time.
I think that men are starting to become more
sassy.
Not sassy. They're starting to become more like kind of in tune and like more strict with their bodies.
They're becoming more.
They respect themselves more.
Yeah,
they do. And that's something that I love to see, because you shouldn't be out here fucking anything.
Any and everything.
Don't care.
But I feel like, yeah, I agree with that.
Like, I feel like our generation is doing better with that. But
a lot
yeah,
better.
I definitely think if most of my guy friends, if I was like, hey, so I'm trying to, they would be like, okay, like, where? Come meet me right now.
Where, and how?
When, where, and how?
Today.
Right now.
And they'll pull up with the quickums.
And they just wouldn't know what they're getting themselves into. But regardless of that, so once you cross that line, do you feel
feel like they don't? I feel like they would know, because that's your guy friend, so they know you.
Yeah, but like
if it's
I'm not talking
friend,
like that.
If it's a close friend and they're sitting here and they know you, know how you are, seeing text messages of you cussing a nigga out or something.
I'm not talking about like that.
What you talking about? An acquaintance?
No. You don't get what I'm trying to say. They wouldn't know what they're getting themselves into.
What do you mean?
Not Kaya.
Answer the question.
They just would never leave me alone. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, that's facts.
Anyways,
but so what do you think they know that off the fact that you tell them about other niggas that won't leave you alone?
But people think that they are like
different.
They think that they're one of one. Like this is not gonna phase them. Like I've been that person before. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm never gonna be tripping. Like
shit,
crazy.
Then you start tweaking out,
fighting outside the club.
Why was
the night that they went through my phone?
Who would? Oh.
Anyways,
next topic.
But yeah, so you already kind of touched on this, but you feel like you can go back to being friends. So say you start as friends and you cross that line, do you think you can go back to being friends? Because you're saying you started off with a romantic or a sexual encounter and then became friends. So say you guys are friends, maybe y'all get drunk one night, or maybe it's just like, hey, let's just try this, and then you do it, and then it's like, You think you can go back to being friends after that?
Yeah. If you're mature enough, you should be able to go back to being friends, because I just feel like y'all just not even have to have that conversation, but like, you know what's going on, like based off like the feelings for each other. So both y'all know that shit was not good. Half the time when
shit.
Not half the time, but sometimes like it's not good. So like it doesn't even have to be good or bad. It's just the fact that you have to think about how y'all connect with each other. So sometimes like you can connect with somebody, like I said previously before, you connect somebody romantically, you can connect somebody physically. But sometimes, like, those people that you think you're initially connecting with them romantically and physically, you find out that long down the road that's not the connection that y'all have. Y'all should just be friends.
Right.
Like, you're a cool person. I like how we vibe with each other when we hang out. But I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I don't want to have sex with you. Let's just be friends. And it's like that sometimes. Like, you just have to sit here and think about it. Because I think about all my relationships that I have with people. Like, my girlfriends, my family, my male friends, like at that moment, I'm just like, what am I getting out of this? And if it's more so like a friendship vibe, I'm gonna continue to be friends with you, cut it off romantically, cut it off sexually. We're just gonna be friends.
Have you ever been on the other side where you were the one being cut off?
Yeah, but he don't care if I talk about it. My guy best friend now, like, initially we went on a date and he was just like, we're just gonna be friends. I said, that's fine with me, because it was a cool date. It wasn't one of those situations like, damn, like I want to be with him. No, like, this is a good vibe, let's just see where it goes. But it went towards the friendship and he initiated that. So like now we talk about any and everything, like literally any and everything.
Yeah.
Like I could call him and be like, yo, I got this going on. He'll pick up the phone. Like, I'm one of his favorites. Even his phone is on Do Not Disturb. That's somebody that I can go to about stuff, and he initiated that. But I could take rejection. Like, I don't like being rejected.
I'll take my L.
I hate
I don't like being rejected, but I'll take my L.
I would take it. I'll take my L.
Sometimes somebody's just not
feeling you, and they just want to be cool with you.
That's so crazy, because one of my guy best friends, me and him had... Our situation was never romantic, but we did have relations.
Yeah.
How we got there was me being spiteful. I hate to say it, but yeah, now we're like besties and we tell each other everything. I know the ins and outs of his life. Unfortunately, I don't be wanting to know everything, but we have a very successful friendship. We're very transparent. And I think even if we didn't have a not romantic, but a sexual history, we would still be the friends that we are today. But that's just kind of a cherry on top.
It's so funny because when you told me about how y'all have this,
marriage pact.
The marriage, we have the same exact thing.
Yeah.
But ours is older. It's like 40.
If I get to 30 and he gets to 30 and neither of us are married, we're just going to get married.
We said
kids.
40.
No.
We said 40.
That's too old. I need to start popping out babies at 30 if I'm going to do it.
I mean, shit, you could pop out babies with anybody.
No, that's not what we want to
stop playing. But you can.
Girl.
What?
Anyways.
I keep following about saying mid.
Anyways. All right. So, let's see. So, what... So we're going to say that the key to having platonic friendships is boundaries.
Setting boundaries. That is. You have to, every relationship has boundaries.
Yeah.
And that's what set the relationship. Like, even with friendships, like, we have boundaries. There's certain things that we will and will not do between our friendship because we automatically notice.
Right.
But with women and men, it's different because men are not going to know how women are thinking and women are not going to know how men are thinking. Mm-hmm. So you have to set the boundaries to make sure that we're on the same level, same everything, just to make sure they won't go outside like and do something that you don't like. So let's what I'm trying to say initially, if you're going to sit here and say, okay, we're just friends.
Right. Strictly friends.
And strictly
never
friends,
cross the
nothing
line.
More than that. We're not having sex. If we hang out, sleep over, you're going to sleep on the couch.
Right.
Like, set those boundaries in order to have strictly just a platonic friendship with somebody. And that's very important because there's men who think that, like you said, like you think we're just friends, but in their head, like they trying to get with you.
Or they're like, we can be friends first, but eventually I'm going to try to make my move.
Yeah. So y'all need to know, like, it's a communication too.
Yeah.
It's a communication thing.
Yeah. Communication is key, y'all. Communication is key. But you know what is not key? Persistence. Persistence is not key. If somebody does not like you like that, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Because me as a woman, if I would like to take it to the next level, like I have a guy friend, I have no problem doing that. And it might not be all women, but I think most women feel that way. So if I put you in the friend zone, just stay there. If I want to take you out, I'll take you out and put you in my back pocket. But 9 times out of 10, if it didn't happen, it's not gonna happen. It's not. It's just not. But you can find really great friends of the opposite sex, and I think a lot of people need to stop putting so much emphasis on romantic relationships. You don't have to be romantic with every man that you come across or every woman that you come across. Like, friendships of the opposite sex are super important.
But you know, some people, they sit here and they think that man and woman can't be friends. Like, there's people that sit here and think man and woman cannot be friends. Like, just strictly just friends. Like, they think it's impossible.
But why? Why is that impossible?
I don't know.
I love my guy friends. Like, those are really like my brothers. I grew up an only child, so
yeah.
My guy friends, I hold them near and dear to my heart. I have a lot of guy friends. Like, I prefer... Ew, I hate to be one of those, but I prefer to be friends to kick it with guys because, like, it's less drama. But always fun. Guys always joke around and play. Like, they don't ever be too serious about the guy
friends. Sometimes they don't be good friends. A lot of men don't know, like, the type of friendship. Yeah. So if you think about the type of friends,
I think I've been pretty good about picking the type of guy friends that I've had. But I have no problem dropping the ones that are, like, iffy.
Majority of men, like, if you sit here and think about it, they don't be good friends. Like, they don't. A lot of times, like...
Because men are emotionally unintelligent.
Yeah.
So...
Even when you have, like, that friendship, think about it. How many times do your guy friends come to you for an issue, and when you come to them, they be like...
They don't know what to do.
Fix it. You can fix it. Like, they go straight to solutions, not like, I can vent to you.
Well, I'm also a super solution-oriented person.
But
so
you allow people to vent.
I do allow people to vent, but I'm like, okay, so what are you going to do next?
Yeah.
Like...
But some people, you need to solve this problem.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the men, they be like, okay, like, they literally might tell you, I really don't care.
Yeah.
And just like, damn, like, shit, what'd you say fuck me for?
Why you say fuck me for? But yeah, so don't ever feel like you have to be in a romantic situation with someone that you consider a friend because they're pursuing. Always set boundaries and stick by your boundaries unless your feelings change. That's important.
That's very important.
Because people will try to sway you into doing things that you don't want to do or try to convince you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I feel like you have to deal like with a lot of that, especially like going through your 20s and the relationships that you're having.
We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to get married and have babies. So
yeah. So it's definitely very important to set those boundaries with everybody that you do have a relationship with, especially those platonic friendships that you
be intentional.
Yeah.
And be intentional.
Attention.
But all right, guys, that's all we got for you today.
Period.
I'm Alexis once again.
And I'm Kaya once again.
In this first
episode.
House of 20-somethings. Make sure you like and subscribe on our YouTube channel and follow our Instagram.
Yes. We're going to be posting a lot of stuff on Instagram. And
we like to have fun.
The Q&As too.
Yes, ask us some questions.
Please.